Welcome back to my channel, Flat Earth Ally. My name is Jacqueline. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be talking about morals and Flat Earth. Does Flat Earth make you more moral? I'm not going to leave you in suspense. I definitely think it does, and I'm going to share some reasons why. One is proof. This is concrete, pretty much. Is there are lots and lots of vegetarians and vegans in Flat Earth. Now, before you say, oh, eating meat is not evil, I just want you to compare eating an apple to eating bacon. An apple grows on a tree. It comes from the excess energy that the tree has, and it produces a fruit that falls off the tree, whether you're there to pick it or not. So, eating an apple does absolutely zero harm to a tree. Bacon does not grow on trees. A pig has to die for a person to eat bacon. And pigs have personality, they have feelings. If you think they don't, go spend some time with a pig. I love pigs. They're so cute. My neighbors grow pigs for slaughter, and slaughtering day is the worst day of the year. They cry. They know they're gonna die, and they don't want to. So, before I get too depressing, I'm just going to talk about the dinner that was the VIP dinner at the Denver conference. If you bought a VIP ticket, there was a buffet, and at each table there was one or two kind of flat earth speakers that was sitting at the table that you got to kind of eat with and talk to. And one of them, the one at our table, was Matt of ODD TV, which people frequently just call ODD in real life. Uh, IRL. And he spoke about how after finding Flat Earth, he really examined how eating meat is unethical, and he and his family no longer eat meat. Looking at him, if you were just kind of be stereotypical about it, he doesn't look like a vegan. He doesn't have dreadlocks. And he doesn't wear earth tones. But that's just not all vegans, vegetarians, breatharians, fruitarians do. But you just see a guy that you wouldn't think is a vegetarian. And he wouldn't have been if it weren't for Flat Earth. And a lot of people in Flat Earth have that story. If I had to guess, I would say probably, I don't know, maybe 20%, maybe even more. Flat Earthers are vegan, vegetarian, or at least have reduced their intake of meat. At the dinner, more than 25% of people, I would say, did not put any meat on their plate. There was steak and there was chicken, mashed potatoes, vegetables, and rolls. And some whole tables, no one put meat on their plate. And that was really great to see. So another story being about more ethical towards animals, but kind of just like changing your disposition. People who are prone to frustration or anger quickly, that Flat Earth can kind of change that. Jaron from Jaronism, watch his channel, it's great. Doesn't just talk about Flat Earth. He has spoken on his channel about his relationship with how his relationship with his dog has changed. Like a lot of people, when your dog does something that you wish they wouldn't do, you may have a tendency to raise your voice. So it's just like, I look really pale because of the glare. Anyway. After finding Flat Earth, it made him re-examine kind of that negative energy that he was putting out to this like living, sentient being that in a lot of ways is much more innocent than human. And that's my words. That part is my words, not his. And he no longer raises his voice at his dog. I can definitely relate to that because I have 2 rescue dogs, both with behaviors that are not great for them, but also they have severe separation anxiety. One of them tends to kind of be a little destructive when we leave, which has gotten better, and they cry a lot when they leave, or they bark really loud when a car goes by, and it takes a lot of time and patience to help them become comfortable enough to let go of those behaviors. And in the past, I had a much shorter fuse when it came to like the barking, especially, or them just being like disobedient. Um, and I'm a much gentler person after Flat Earth, and also just listening to Jaren's video, actually. So people who come to Flat Earth, they really do re-examine their role with other creatures and things, just like the Earth in general, when after they come to Flat Earth, and they more often than not become more gentle and more kind of righteous people. Part of them is kind of my last point, I guess, is because there are no atheists on Flat Earth. Um, of course, there are probably just a tiny, tiny bit of atheists in Flat Earth. But compared to atheism in the general American public, it's so much lower in Flat Earth. It's really hard to deny the presence of God if you believe that there is a dome above. That's right. Flat Earthers do not believe in a pizza-shaped Earth floating through space. When you stop believing in an endless existence where you're just a random speck in a countless number of random specks, you pretty much have to believe in a creator. And you can call it whatever you wish. A one unifying force, an architect. And it kind of forces people to go on sort of an inward quest, re-examining their place in the world, because they know that God exists. They know that they've been created in a system where you are not an uninfluential dust particle, that your role suddenly becomes much larger, and you have a responsibility to be good in this life, to treat other people with respect, to treat animals and plants with respect. The firmament does indeed showeth his handiwork. You cannot deny. You really cannot deny a creator in Flat Earth. And when you remember, I'm not going to say learn, because I really think it's a remembrance of a creator and being created for a purpose, with a purpose, and in some ways choosing to be here and now. If it pushes you to be a better version of yourself, one that you kind of ought to be. And there isn't anybody I've come across in Flat Earth who has been made less moral. buy it. So in the comments, please share with me how Flat Earth has made you a better person. Or in the off chance it has made you more evil, which I don't think it can. Share that too. And reply to each other's comments. I really like to encourage respectful, kind conversation there. You can join me next week again on Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. No, that's wrong. 3 p.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Pacific, which is my time, here on Flat Earth Ally. Thanks again for joining me. Hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you just want an alert when my next video is up. Thanks again. Bye.